St. John Paul II said there's a secret, there's a key to Mary's faith about how great a saint she is. There's a secret. Do you want to know what it is? I ain't telling you. Just kidding. Elizabeth says it. St. Elizabeth says it when she greets Our Lady with John the Baptist in the womb. She says, "Blessed is she who believed what was said to her by the Lord would be fulfilled." Friends, that's what Mary is. Her faith is part of everywhere she goes. And we see this played out in wedding feast in Cana in Galilee. You know, friends, to evangelize is to share what God is doing inside ourselves. It's to share part of our heart. And at wedding feast in Cana in Galilee, her love, her compassion compels her to recognize they're about to run out of wine. But she recognizes the need. And what does she do? She intercedes. She says to her son, they have no wine. She stands in the gap. Friends, that's what evangelization is. We stand in the gap. What the faith and trust is within us, we share it with others. And she intercedes to her son Jesus and says, come on, help us out here. Friends, 3 years ago, my dad was doing a show, a gig, and at the end of it, a lady came up to him and said, your son, who's a priest, gave my husband a miraculous medal of Our Lady last year, and he told him how much Our Lady loved him. And my dad said, well, how is your husband now? And the wife said, he was received in the Catholic Church last Easter. Friends, all I did with a faith that God gave me, with a love that I knew of Our Lady, I just passed it on to that man. I just shared it with him. And it was a significant turning point. He realized who Jesus and Our Lady was in his life. My example was a wedding feast at Cana in Galilee. What happens after Jesus does the miracle and turns the water into wine? It says at the end of the gospel, that scripture passage, and his disciples believed in him. Up until that point, Jesus was special. He was holy. He was a prophet. But now his disciples' eyes were opened and he was the Messiah. He was Son of God. Friends, when we're like Mary, when we take risks with our faith, we are blessed when we believe. And when we stand in that gap through intercessory prayer or through sharing our faith, people come to realize and recognize who Jesus can be in their own life. You know, one final thought that Mary teaches us. One definition I've once heard of what's a saint. A saint is someone who Christ lives in again with. A saint is someone who Christ lives again in. God bless you. Happy Jubilee year.